Hi readers, today we are going to read the storybook named
The monster who did my math.
Okay, who said that now? Hello? Okay, let's just get into it. I'm scared. There once was a time I was frightened by numbers. They scared me at school and they haunted my slumbers. My brain had some kind of allergic reaction to multiplication, addition, subtraction. My blood would run cold at the thought of division, and decimal points would put spots in my vision. But now I see math from a new point of view. This is my story. I swear it's all true. It was late on a Sunday and long past my bath. I had to wait all weekend to work on my math. I opened the books and my hands started shaking. My forehead was sweating. My stomach was itching. My vision went blurry. I wanted to run. If only I cried. All this homework was done. The clock chimed a warning with 12 howl tunes. My spine began twirling. Chill froze my bones outside in the yard. Lightning flashed with a boom. And a creature took shape in my shadowy room. His horns were bright red, and his cape midnight black, and his pencilly fingers tapped. Click, clickety click.
Boo-hoo!
Growled the monster.
I am feeling your pain. This awful arithmetic's draining your brain. Say hasta luego to multiplication. Forget to subtraction. Go take a vacation. It's fast and it's painless and all guaranteed. Just sign on the line and you will get what you need.
I signed as he sharpened his fingers and thumbs. He added the addends and figured their sums. He gave me my copy and raised one eyebrow.
Pay later
He asked me.
or settle up now.
Later, I answered. He laughed long and deep. In a flash, he was gone, and I went right to sleep. At school, Monday morning, my homework was praised. The answers were perfect, my teacher amazed. My problems were solved in more ways than one, and no one but me could say how it was done. I looked at my homework that night. Tons of graphing. I called for the monster. He couldn't stop laughing.
You kids of today are pathetic and lazy. Your mind are all moosey. Your morals are hazy.
He graphed all the points. Then he figured my bill.
You
I'll play later, he said, and he growled.
yes, you will.
The teacher looked over my work the next day. I couldn't believe it. She gave me an A. But then Mrs. Nakov said,
Come to the board.
She wrote an equation. My temperature soared. My gut had a skydive. My knobby knees knocked. My classmates were giggling. The clock ticked and talked. I prayed I might vanish like some kind of ghost. The teacher was fuming. My honey was toast. I called that old creep when I got home from school. You bored me, I told him. I felt like a fool. He rolled over my contract and showed the fine print.
Look here,
Said the monster.
you might need to squint. In paragraph 7 of class 93. If you don't learn anything, do not blame me.
My blood began boiling. My cheeks turned bright red. Hit the road. Take a hike. But don't come back here, I said.
I will go!
Snored the monster.
There is just one more thing. Your bill comes to $64.
I busted my bag. He snatched up my money. He counted and snickered. I asked, "What's so funny?"
Your total is lacking by 252. Your math needs improvement. But what else is new?
I tore up my room in a quest for more cash. 3 pennies blinked out when I dumped out the trash. Down deep in my dresser, I dug up a bug. 2 quarters turned up in a shoebox. What a luck! I did some addition and added the stuff. Only 153. It wasn't enough. How much would I need to complete the transaction? I picked up my pencil and did some subtraction. From 252, I took 153. Just 99 cents, and I'd finally be free. Way down in the hamper, 8 nickels were shining. I fished out 6 dimes from my winter coat lining. My change came to 40 plus 60 cents more. My heart thumped, and I jumped as I totted the score. All the money was there, with a penny to spare. I cheered and did cartwheels. I jumped in the air. He flipped me a penny and cheered me Bill. He left snoring.
Call me. You know that you will.
My homework that night was on decimal places. I opened the book and made horrible faces. I pulled out some papers and worked problems 1. With the hint of a grin, what could it be? What? Was this funny? As I worked problem 2, I started to think. For the first time, maybe math doesn't stink. Then deep in the shadows, I sensed someone lurking. I knew who it was, so I kept right on working.
You need me.
He bellowed. He thundered and roared. But the louder he got, well, the more I ignored it. And while I was carefully writing and thinking, I couldn't believe it. The monster was shrinking. The more I kept working, the smaller he got, till he shrank to the size of a wee little dot. I glanced at that guy, just a minuscule speck. Then I looked at my homework and said, "What the heck?" I scooped him right up. I can see his face. And I dropped him right down in a decimal points place. The point in the middle of 7.9. I smooshed him down flat and he stuck there just fine. I finished my homework and climbed into bed, remembering something the monster said.
If you don't pay up front, you will pay later instead.
And though that old monster was far from a friend, the service is one that I can't recommend. He did make a very good point in the end. So kids, from now on, do your homework and always subscribe to my channel. Like, share it to your friends,